Lady Di, DJ D Nasty, and E Money. Special guest Tony, Dewayne in the building.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
But okay, we were just talking like, man, what was you saying, Diane, about this new challenge? And
Well, similar to the ice bucket challenge, except for this one is you have to post a picture of you being in the shower, upload it as your profile pic by December 1st, and it's supposed to spread awareness for HIV.
ignorance.
How exactly that spreads
Ignorance.
awareness, I'm not sure.
Ignorance, man. This social media's got out of hand, man. You know what I'm saying? It can be used positively, or, you know what I'm saying, the negative right there. That's just ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Even the ice bucket challenge, I felt like was ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, man, how's me dumping ice on me really gonna spread awareness? You know what I'm saying? Other than, like, man, okay, we're gonna donate money to a cause, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna help fund research for it, but dumping ice on me, how is that spreading awareness and helping the cause? How's me taking a picture with another dude in the shower, you know what I'm saying, spreading the cause, you know what I'm saying?
In the same way you found out about it. That was the point. How'd you find out about it? The ice bucket challenge.
May I interject?
Go ahead.
That's okay. Right when dude got shot, Mike Brown got shot.
I already knew where you going with this one.
You know,
Continue.
know.
We had this conversation
Now,
before.
I don't want to get too
Go
deep
ahead.
off into it because then I'm going to be called a conspiracy theorist. But right when he got shot,
Something to redirect the mind.
everybody was like, oh, my man got shot. Ice Bucket Challenge came right after that. And everybody was on the Ice Bucket Challenge. And they was off of Mike Brown. They do that stuff. They plant that stuff there on purpose, man. So now it's something else dumb like a shower selfie. Why would you do? What does that have to do with AIDS? So it's a shower selfie. So what else right now is big right now?
Why can't I go?
The Mike Brown stuff is still, the riots and all that stuff. So let's get something else real quick.
Who is doing this?
That'll, you know what I'm saying,
Get
direct
your
everybody's attention
off
away from
what's
it.
really
Let's
going
do
on.
this propaganda, man.
Well, you know, people with the billions,
For real though, I mean,
Say
some
no
of this-
names, we might come up
movers
missing.
and shakers.
Yeah,
You know,
I understand.
But yeah,
How you feel about the Ferguson situation?
Dun, 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 dun.
I think it's terrible.
Like what you see portrayed on TV, or like Ferguson and like the surrounding cities actually going on? Because like I feel like, man, just talking to people, I have family in St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? That's like my second home. So
Right.
I actually know firsthand of like maybe the real residents that's there, what's going on around in the city, and watching TV, I quit watching it. You know what I'm saying? But I know basically like that's not where they really at. You know what I'm saying? Where stuff is jumping off. Yeah, it jump off right there because it's contained right there. Like, basically, ain't nothing you can do. But you got a whole city up. You know what I'm saying? Basically over on this side of the city, that side of the city, and like whole city going up. I mean, what can you do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got all these police officers. You know what I'm saying? Sit up there watching, but the news is right there because they're right there where all the police officers are at.
Exactly.
They're not in the city where it's really going down.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
And it's like talking to my family, being there and actually having experience, you know what I'm saying? Like just going to work, you never know.
right.
You know what I'm saying? They blocking off streets and stuff like that, and it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm talking to people that's there,
Man.
and they're not reporting that.
I with those types of questions, man, I don't know if you want to ask me them type of questions, bro, because
Go ahead now.
I don't really believe in PC answers, and I don't really believe in, you know what I'm saying, giving what sounds like the right answer. I think one is terrible. I mean, it's just terrible, man. That they're giving the cops all this power, man, and they're not really. I mean, they're abusing that power, and they just taking the shout for nothing. And I think it's all playing. I think all this stuff is playing, bro. If you ask me, that's why I said, if you ask me, it's all playing, man. All this stuff is playing. They select people to be shot. They select, you know, incidents to happen. Even if they don't select a person, they select a town for a reason, to blow up a spot for a reason, to usher in new stuff, man. Like I really believe that stuff, and I hate to talk about it out loud because I hate thinking about it, but I think the martial law thing, man, I think this stuff is coming, bro. I think eventually that stuff is gonna be here. Hopefully it's not in our lifetimes or our kids' lifetimes, but man, I think that stuff's coming, man. I think it's just ushering that bull in, and it's terrible. It's
So
terrible,
what do you think
man.
they would play
Somebody
to do
descended.
something like this?
I
What do you
mean-
think the goal was?
I mean, chaos and power. If you can tell, if you can get enough people to be chaotic, and you can get enough people to riot, you can get enough people to to not know where the answers are, then if you give them an answer or a solution, then they'll look to you to be the power. So if I load a bunch of confusion, what I think is gonna happen is they're gonna start a bunch of confusion in a bunch of different places. And once all that confusion happens, they're gonna say, look, here's the solution. Whatever they say it is, just like they're taking money off of people's off the food stamps. They taking that stuff away. They taking all this different stuff away from people, man, to have people look at them and say, what's the answer? Where do we go? Our kids are being shot for no reason. This is going on, this is going on. What do we do next? So they can tell people what to do next, and then people can look to them, not God, look to them and say, oh, well, they got all the answers. That's why I said with those kinds of questions, man, I think outside of that, like I think that's terrible. And I fear for my life, I got a son and a daughter. I fear for that stuff because, you know, they go outside every day. When my daughter, she's 5, when she gets older, I fear for that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think it's horrible, but I think too it's a plan, and I think they ushering it in. They really want to try to get to that.
They used to tablespoon us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Little teaspoon us, you know what I'm
little
saying? Little bullshit, but now they just giving plates of it. You know, for real. They
straight up.
They straight up giving plates of this.
Straight
You know what
up.
I'm saying? And like if you're ignorant, you know what I'm saying, not knowing to stuff is around you, you know what I'm saying, like paying attention, like man, the things that go around you. Some people just worried about self or just the elements around them and not really pay attention to the big picture. As long as I'm within my element and it's not affecting my day to day, then you know what I'm saying, it's not affecting me. And they get to their mindset and like, man, things are really affecting, just pay attention around you. Even with our own city, we deal with our own issues, you know what I'm saying, here, but it's just like, it's not as bad, you know what I'm saying, per se, the hot zone right now is Ferguson.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. I guess you could look at it like they selected that town or whatever, but then you got people, you know what I'm saying, revolting because there's no hope there. And that's what you get, you know what I'm saying, where you got those people with no hope and they revolt and they go about it the wrong way. Instead of, you know what I'm saying, standing up together, you know what I'm saying, well, I mean, tearing up the city and all that stuff, this is that you doing what exactly what they want you.
They know that you're gonna do that, man. They was prepared for that stuff, bro. They had people, you know, the army in place. They had, you know, all these military people in place for that to happen.
And I feel like maybe it's a population control for you to sit up there and wipe out a whole ignorant, you know what I'm saying?
It's control. It's just control and
You know
power.
what I'm saying? It'd be population control. 'Cause I mean, they get to, you know what I'm saying, really cutting up, you know what I'm saying, then what you gonna kill them?
Exactly. It's just control and power.
What do you think the people should do instead, like as a form of protest?
I think that, and it's hard to do it, but one, I think God's the answer to all of that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know what I'm saying, trying to live your life right. One, don't live in fear of anybody or anything but God. Don't live in no fear of nobody. Go outside and do your daily, every day, what you do every day. Live your life. You know what I'm saying? Don't fear anything. Two, I think, honestly, the process should be viral, and it should be monetarily, man. If we can stop buying certain things, or we can stop being on certain sites, and we can stop, I think that process is much more effective than just looting, or not looting, but just turning the city upside down, because they're not gonna do nothing but build that right back up, and then it's gonna be the same thing again. So like they had I seen somebody with a Black Friday boycott. I thought that was a great idea.
Wait, how did that work? I didn't hear about that one.
I mean, I don't think it worked too well because there's too many people with too much money.
No, I mean, like, what was the plan?
It was just a boycott Black Friday. They was just wanting to boycott it, and I saw a couple things on my Instagram pop up where they was just talking about, you know, boycott Black Friday, don't buy nothing,
Like, don't go shopping.
don't go shopping, don't do nothing, and just to take money out of, you know, the higher ups' pockets or whatever, or to not even take money out of it, but just to stop it. So I think when you look at what people use the most, boycott those things. If we use,
That would have been a great idea.
if we use the internet all the time, don't use the internet the whole day. Don't use the internet. Don't get on your computer the whole. You know what I'm saying? Because those things, that's where all this stuff is pumped into. It's pumped into the media. So whatever media-wise, don't use them. Don't use your Instagram, even though, you know what I'm saying, that now I'm thinking about that now after the fact. But, you know, don't hop on those things. Make those things crash for that day, or make those things crash for that week. Instead of going out, because like I said, the medium is not protests and marches no more. I know that seems like, and a lot of old school people feel like, you know what I'm saying, that's what needs to happen. We need to march. That ain't medium no more. Medium is.
You're right, because times have changed. Back then, they didn't have all the
They didn't have all this
technology,
stuff
so they
back
had
then.
to do it that
So what
way.
they need to do really is just like, man, maybe just polluting it straight with intelligence stuff.
Or
It's a
that too.
conversation, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, basically with
Yeah.
that. That's the antidote right there.
Yeah,
Like, man, it's what
I
you
agree.
look down your mini feed on whatever social media is flooded with straight nonsense.
Stupid.
You need to really start being part of it. Like I said, the solution, you know what I'm saying, just flooding it with, you know what I'm saying, conscientious things, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
what's gonna get you to think. When you know what I'm saying, like when you get on there, all you see is twerk videos.
Right.
You see fights, ghetto
Right.
brawls,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, dumb stuff. Knockout challenges. You go
Right.
to people's job establishments and you're smacking the hell out of somebody, you know what I'm saying, for a smack camp. You know what I'm saying, this is ignorance.
Yeah, I agree,
You know what I'm saying? We just,
or
you know
that
what I'm
way.
saying? And I wouldn't want to know who holds the camera, you know what I'm saying, for a lot of this ignorant stuff like that. 'Cause they would be smacked too as well.
You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I'm saying? But it's like it's flooded with, you know what I'm saying, knowledge. You know what I'm saying? We as a people, you know what I'm saying, as the black culture, you know what I'm saying, African American, whatever we want to call ourselves, we really need to stand up, you know, and just really start coming together. You know what I'm saying? It should never be a point, like I said before, where we should fear being around, you know what I'm saying, each other.
Exactly.
And you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of
Absolutely.
ignorant people, you know what I'm saying, where we don't even want to be around, you know what I'm saying, amongst, you know what I'm saying, each other.
I'm with you, bro. Don't get me started, man, because that's
We
my
got
man. My man, that's me all day long. Like I'm so about unity. It's amazing. Like I might be too much. I don't think you can't be too much, but I'm so much about you being unified as people is crazy. So that's why I said he's right on the nose, because we thought about that all day.
It reflects in your music as well.
Straight up.
You know? And that's what I see Michael Jackson has took in that platform, you know what I'm saying? And that's why he changed the world. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, though, he's telling you right there through the music, you know, it's how we changed this world, starting with the man in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? We all stay with that concept. I mean, and just pay it forward.
Then what they do to him.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, you know.
You know?
So
You're right,
Michael
you're
Jackson
right.
was killed.
Hey, come on, man. This dude, come on. Don't get me started.
No,
Don't
you
get me
started.
man,
You
'cause-
started. Now you
eh,
gotta keep going with it.
All I'm
What's your
saying
theory
is,
on Mike?
all I'm saying is, Mike starts out doing music a certain way. Mike gets a bunch of Grammys. Mike breaks the record forever for selling records for an artist or whatever. Then, out of nowhere, Mike wants to change his music, or Mike does several songs or whatever, however it happened. Then now Mike's a pedophile. Now Mike's touching kids and stuff. Never happened. I don't believe it ever happened, bro. Once he got outside of the industry, started raping him. You know what I'm saying? As far as the music side of it, monetarily probably. Once he got outside of that, started seeing that, now he's a child molester. Let's tear him down now. Now he's a child molester. Then he goes on, he starts talking about that stuff in different. Then his music changes, like you said. His music changed. Now you got Man in the Mirror. You got They Don't Really Care About Us. It's over. He done with Mike. Now Mike's tripping. You know what I'm saying? Mike's got all this power. Now to them he's tripping. So now, once that happens, now he's going on. His last couple. You go on YouTube and see his last couple like speeches he did in front of people. He was talking about the industry completely. He was just like, you can pull it up right now. Michael Jackson talks about music industry completely, and after that,
So you think maybe the government hired this doctor?
come
huh?
on, man. Like I said, yeah, you don't really get me started, man, because
You started. I'm just saying. Go ahead and finish.
I know what
it
the
now.
truth is, and I know what they want you to see. They want you to believe that he overdosed on pills, and that sounds great. You know, that sounds like what about what happened. But come on, he overdosed on pills himself. I don't buy that. When you see all the stuff that builds up to that, I don't buy that. You know what happened to Mike. Anytime it's anything, you get to a certain level, and if you're not, with that program, we gotta holler at you, and that's a great segue into that, like if you were, but don't segue
Think
into
about
it,
it. The
but
country's built on that, though.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, I think way back, you know what I'm saying, with Thanksgiving, you know what I'm saying, where they came in with the Pilgrims, you know what I'm saying, the Indians, and y'all know, okay, we learned the land.
And we popped.
Okay, now y'all ain't with the program that we with, we gonna push y'all west, or y'all gotta lay down. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all savages. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to put some clothes on. Y'all need to, you know what I'm saying,
Come on,
all
man.
this. You know what I'm saying? That's how this country is built. You're gonna get with this program,
Real life.
you know what I'm saying? Basically, you're gonna get rolled over.
It's real life.
We getting out the mud.
You hear me? Straight up.
We got bankroll, and we're gonna get back into some music out the mud, straight from 317.
All right.
Yeah, man. That stuff, bro. It's saturated with my music saturated with that. Like, that's me all day. And that's why I said that we sit all day talk about that stuff. It's the truth. Like I said, it's the truth. For real, for real.
That's all I got when I used to write. I do music as well. I really fell back as far as like the entertainment. I always want to be around music and still go to the studio and drop tracks and all that stuff. But as far as like being in the limelight and things more, like I'm cool. I'm really going to manage my best friend. You know what I'm saying? I got the knowledge. I thought I could push it. I go far with her. You know what I'm saying? All that. But like man, he writing. I was like, man, I always was conscientious about the things how I say. I can break down every bar. You know what I'm saying? I can actually. This means this, if you don't understand, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people bob their head, you know what I'm saying? I always got a lot of truth about it going on, you know what I'm saying? As far as like the music and what you stood for, and like how you want to bring emotion out of people, you know what I'm saying? Through tracks and bring them together. Like some of the things, you know what I'm saying? If I say it this way, you know, really bring some emotion out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of just what you put down, because you said in interviews, like, we all have to be accountable for the things that we say. Yeah. You know, it's like, I was always conscious, you know what I'm saying? Things I said on tracks, you know what I'm saying? As I got more in deep into the depth, you know what I'm saying? The music is trying to, you know what I'm saying, study my craft, and, you know what I'm saying, actually compose songs, you know what I'm saying, where it could be natural substance, but still be witty with words, for the, you know what I'm saying, the music is a little lyricism. You know what I'm saying? All tracks are lyrics, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, basically, what you want to hear, like I said, you have to have those records, but in the club, you know what I'm saying, you gotta have those, you know what I'm saying, twerk songs, you know what I'm saying, you take the move, you know what I'm saying?
And like I said, man, it's mood music. Like I agree. I mean, everything has its mood, man. It's just how they pump it. Like if they was balancing the radio balanced music, it wouldn't be that bad. But it ain't no balance, bro. It's just it's the same.
You should never hear the same song, you know what I'm saying, 15 times in one day. You know what I'm saying? Where there's so much music that's happening.
It's perpetuated, man.
It's like, that's what I'm telling you, like, man, what they do, like, they got the industry and they sit there, okay, we dictate what they're going to hear, and we're going to force this song on you until they like it.
So you,
This is what we feel like this is what's up, we're going to push this. This is what we're pushing on.
they do that with actors too.
I know that.
That's what they did with Kevin Hart.
I know.
They forced Kevin Hart on people. Now Kevin Hart's funny as hell, don't get me wrong. He's a very talented person, but they forced him.
Who career was like, man, going through a little shaky spot, you know what I'm saying?
Mike Epps and Cat Williams.
Cat Williams, you know what I'm saying, was in dudes. You know what I'm saying? When Cat Williams started, hey, you know what I'm saying, okay, now we're going to put Cat Williams started to go down a little bit, having little issues or whatever. Because Cat Williams took off.
Because Cat won't wear a dress. Because Mike Epps won't wear a dress. So
Don't add that Richard Pryor on no more.
Kevin Hart with him. I like Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's a funny guy. I just know how they, like you said, they force feed you stuff to you. Like,
I'm like, man, like, for real, like, they teaspoon. Okay, now we're going to give you plates of this.
yeah, Kevin Hart's gonna be in every movie this year.
It's trendy, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you listen to music, I mean, everything's trendy. It's like, where it don't sound like too much individual. Like, when you get something new, what they do is, okay, we gotta replicate this, you know what I'm saying? Push it, you know what I'm saying? Same thing. And that's why you have, like, a lot of the songs that sound the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna force this artist to put in every song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna have all these collabs, you know what I'm saying? Really, are you composing the song where, you know what I'm saying, where the collab gonna compliment each other? Well, I mean, damn, I only remember Dewayne's verse, but everybody else is cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I remember Lil Wayne phase.
I ain't know D-Rock was on here.
Yeah.